Alright guys, it is Monday morning. I'm here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I got some steel on the back. I actually got here last night, showed it to the guy next to me. It's cold. It's like 24 degrees, snow's on the ground. There actually wasn't snow here last night. I mean, there was snow from the previous day, but it was pretty much cleared off. So it was pretty much dirt on the ground. But now it's snowed. There's supposed to be more snow coming. My tarps have a thick layer. I don't know if you can see it from the window. But my tarps, yeah, all that right there. Tarps have a nice little coat of snow on them. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pull off my tarps, because the guy next to me, he has room next to him. There's a trailer on the right side of me, and then he's on the left side of me. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pull my tarps. I might have to just pull forward in order to pull my tarps off. This stuff apparently can't get wet, but I'm about to go talk to somebody. Apparently they're gonna start unloading at 7, but if they're busy, apparently they're gonna start at 10. But either way, I got to figure out what's going on with my clock, because I screwed up my 34-hour reset on Saturday, because I moved in PC mode, but then I forgot to set it back after I moved again. So I moved for like 1 minute and 30 seconds. And so I'm hoping, since I didn't certify my logs yet, I'm hoping that they can remove that minute that I moved, and they can just remove that, and then everything should fall into place and reset properly. But it is, and I didn't even know time change. So, but I think I'm in Central Time right now, so it should be about 7. So I'm actually getting ready to call logs to see if they can handle that for me. So anyway, stay tuned. Alrighty, so turns out that I can't get that time back. Like literally I only drove like 1 minute and 30 seconds, minute and 27 seconds. And he was not able to change that even before I certified. But you know, it is what it is. You know, everything happens for a reason. There was a load picking up in Chicago going to Texas, which would have been a really good load for me. And then I probably could have went from Texas, because I've been wanting to get to Texas and then work my way back. But it is what it is, you know. So I got to sit for another 24 hours here in Milwaukee. Still not unloaded yet, and trucks are piling up. The snow is coming down even harder. Well, it was coming down harder. You probably can't really see it, but it's a whipping right now. But so while I'm waiting on this, I don't know when I'm gonna get unloaded. I need to get some fuel too, and then I need to treat it with the anti-gel. Because I mean, I'll be here another night. But you know, nothing you can do. You know, it's obviously my fault for not paying attention to what I was doing. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna play some Hogwarts Legacy. I got it on the screen, got the laptop right there. So we're gonna be playing some Hogwarts Legacy for a little bit. I'm almost done with the game, actually. The few times that I've been playing, that I've gotten to play the most, is when I've done my reset over the road. So I really don't have time to play it when I'm home, because we're doing stuff when I'm home. But I'm almost done with the game. It's a really good game. This is one of the best RPGs I've played in a long time. But anyway, maybe we'll get unloaded soon. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. Ooh. Alrighty guys, so it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I was able to get unloaded and stuff today because I parked at the shipper last night, and I literally had like 3 hours left on my clock on my 70. So I parked at the shipper, then I was able to PC over here to the truck stop, and I should get my full 34 reset at 8 o'clock in the morning. Already got another load I'm picking up in Chicago. I'm going to Texas. This is actually the load that I wanted. My dispatcher called me and offered me another load, picking up at the same place, going to El Paso, Texas. Now, if I wasn't going home this weekend in El Paso, which is on literally the border of New Mexico and Texas, if I wasn't going home this weekend, then I would have took that load because it was paying about $1,000 more pretty much. But you know, I'm taking the load I got, and hopefully I can pick up something in Texas and take that to Florida or Georgia. And depending on where I go, I'll try to pick up one load, just a quick load that I can pick up and drop off Monday, and probably just come home empty on Monday. We'll see though how the week plans out. Everything, you know, like I said, everything happens for a reason. This was the load that I said that I wanted, but it had disappeared off of the load board, and one of the dispatchers actually called me and said, hey, you're getting this load. And they're like, oh, you're a lease guy. But I was like, this is the load I wanted anyway. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. You know, I'll get I'm at a Love's truck stop right here. Got a good parking spot. And we'll try to get a good night's sleep. It is cold here. Like, it's hot on my truck. So I was actually I took off my jacket and everything, and I was getting ready to turn the heater off until I stepped outside, walked in, and went and got myself a cappuccino. No coffee, just a little cappuccino. I actually got a cup that I never get refilled. But yeah, so we're gonna enjoy the night. Wake up in the morning, go pick this load up, drop it down to Texas, and then hopefully the load that I wanted to go to Florida will still be available. But anyway, yeah. So it is Thursday morning, and I gotta tell you guys something. I gotta be honest with y'all, because I wouldn't feel right if I didn't share, you know, the times that I screw up. And you know, throughout this video already, I've already screwed up this week. So I ran out of fuel yesterday, and it set me back a whole day, kinda, because I'm in Dallas. Well, I'm in Wichita, Texas. Wichita Falls, Texas, North Dallas. And long story short, I thought I could make it a certain distance, and I didn't take into account the hills. My battery's about to die already. I didn't take into account the hills that I had to climb, so that really messed up my fuel getting where I needed to go. So basically, I thought I could make it 50 miles on the fuel that I had, and it just wouldn't work. It didn't work. So I ran out of fuel, and I could have delivered the load I delivered this morning at 2:30 yesterday afternoon, and instead I didn't get going again until about 5:30. But luckily I made it to a truck stop that was like right around the corner from where I delivered. So first thing this morning I went over there and got unloaded, and now I'm at the same truck stop, well, a Love's truck stop now, waiting on a load out of Texas. Now, as of right now, there are no loads for me in Texas. And normally Texas, you can go anywhere in the country from Texas. Now there's loads. There's like I'm trying to get one going to Florida. Now there's one going to Florida, but it's like a 5-hour deadhead, which I did that last week. 5-hour deadhead. Not really interested in doing that. I may wind up doing that because I'm going home. I got to be home tomorrow, doing some stuff with the family and stuff. Been out 2 weeks, and yeah, so I sent in a load from the DAT load board, the DAT load board. It's picking up in Oklahoma City and it's delivering in Orlando, Florida on Monday. It's paying $3,300. And the only reason I tell you that is because you can see it on the DAT load board. But any other rates that Hornady has, I won't, disclose those. But it's paying $3,300, and that would set me up. That would put me at about $5,000 for the week to the truck if I pick up that load. Now the other load, I don't even know how much it's paying yet. It's picking up in. Let me take a look real quick. Because Hornady has their own load board. I think I mentioned that before, and that's what I like about them. But you can't see the load, the price and everything, their rates. So it's picking up in Corrigan, Texas, and it's still not that one. That might be that one. Yeah. Corrigan, Texas, and it's delivered in Charleston, South Carolina on Monday. But Corrigan is about a 5-hour deadhead from where I'm at, and honestly, I'd rather deadhead 5 hours and just drive home empty, or just drive empty in general. If I'm gonna just go home empty. But I don't want to do that, but I'm not gonna sit here all day waiting on the load either. Oh, here's somebody calling right now. Let's see. Hello. All right, so this is what we got. Just a mixture of metals, basically that stuff there. So this place is pretty hard to get into, like dropping the trailer and everything. It's pretty, see, can I get better lighting? It's this white background. It's messing up the lighting. There we go, that's better, a little bit better. So we got a mixture of metals. We're in Carrollton. Where exactly am I at? I got another message. I need to turn up my volume because this is your third. I don't even remember getting the third message. I need to get have my air dryer and APU services completed. Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. I can't just do it when I'm just do it anyway. This place is pretty hard to get into, as far as you got to drop your trailer and whatnot. But it's a real tight spot. Okay, looks like I'm pulling up right now. What is he doing? Alright, so anyway, I'm gonna pull up over here to the tarping station so I can put a tarp on this. And this is going to Lakeland, Florida. I don't even know the rates on this yet. But where am I at? Carrollton. Yeah, Carrollton, Texas. Taking it to Lakeland, Florida. I don't know the rates yet. I just messaged my dispatch to get my rates. But this was going, even if this isn't the best rate, it was a 2-hour deadhead, and I can deliver this on Monday because Lakeland is like 2 or 3 hours. Now Lakeland is probably like 2.5 hours away from me. So I could drop this off on Monday. My battery died earlier, so I guess he's just using the scale. But I'm getting ready to pull over here, and I'm gonna throw my tarps, then I'm gonna pull on out the way. I actually, like, I don't mind changing trailers with Hornady at all, because there's my old trailer actually right there. It took me like maybe 4 minutes. It took me the longest to back the trailer in, to be honest. And that's a spot, I'm not even supposed to park there. The last spot that I could park in, I couldn't make that because they got a bunch of crap like in the way. And you know, my backing skills ain't the best anyway. I probably could have made it, but he dropped the trailer on the scale, on the tarpon thing. Anyway, it took me about all my time backing up into that spot there, and it was on the end too, but there was like a little brick border for no reason. But it took me maybe like three minutes, if that, to drop my trailer. And there was another guy over here from Melton. He had there's like a bunch of Melton guys here, but he dropped his trailer. Like, it took him forever to drop his trailer because he had like dunnage and all that stuff to take off the trailer. That's what I love about Hornady. I have nothing on the trailer except the straps, and the straps stay on the trailer, thank God. And all I got to do is literally unhook from the trailer and take my tarps. And then I pulled on around to the back, got this trailer pulled out so I could throw my straps, threw my straps, and I was done and ready to go before any of the other guys. Now, I know obviously that doesn't make a difference, but when it comes to only using this one tarp, and there was like maybe 4 guys that were already ahead of me, when I can drop my trailer and throw my straps that fast and come around, go ahead and drop my tarps, that makes so much difference. Because I know with TMC, it takes at least it took me forever, because I like to keep my straps in my trailer, and it took me forever to, you know, move all that stuff around. I got better at it because I had a little system down, but now it takes me like, if all I had to do was drop and hook, like literally if that's all I had to do, it would probably take me like 10 minutes altogether. And that's a no tarp load, 10 minutes altogether just throwing straps. Maybe a little longer, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna throw these tarps